welcome to another episode of the Nifty Scrapbooker. Today, we're going to be scrapbooking something different. I know a lot of you have enjoyed my Scrapbooking with Children series, but some of you might say, oh, I don't have any kids to scrapbook. Or maybe I'm a grandparent and don't have any grandkids to scrapbook yet. But there's all kinds of things we can scrapbook. We can scrapbook that favorite hat of yours, the favorite teddy bear from your childhood. We can scrap anything you want to. So we're going to learn today about scrapbooking fun stuff, and you'll enjoy the theme for today. But one of the things I also want to cover out today is how to lay out a page with templates, how to cut other shapes from photos, and how to use an alphabet punchboard, which I showcased some of those letters in my last episode. So kick back, relax, and enjoy this next episode of the Nifty Scrapbooker. And welcome to today's layout. Before we get started on the layout, one of the things I want to discuss today is how to cut other shapes out of photos. So what I'm using today is the Creative Memories cutting system, and it comes with a background. There's 3 templates here that you can use up. This is the older set. They have a newer set out because it has the same circles. It comes with 3 separate cutting blades from 3 different sizes. And this is how it works. You decide you want a 3-inch photograph, and this is inside of this circle is a 3-inch photograph if we would cut with the blue. So we would lay our photo on the mat, put our blue template over our photograph, center it up, and swirl this around and cut out that photo. But here we're going to, if you wanted to do a small border, you would use the green blade then on your paper. If you want to do a wide border, you would use the red, and that would be 3.5, where your green one would be 3.25. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut. I'm going to show you how this cuts out here. I got a piece of paper. As you can see, I've already cut a bunch of circles out of this for our layout today. But we're just going to lay out this template on this paper. I'm going to kind of center it there so we can maximize most of it. And today we're going to be using the red, which is a 3.5. So it's going to be really close to the blade. So we're just going to hold that down real tight on the board. And there you go. Swirl it around and you have this wonderful circle. Now if you see, I used a plate, a cutting board, so I wouldn't damage my table. And there you do. And when you do that, and you cut out it in your photo in 3 inches, you have a photograph border. So we're going to be doing lots of circles today because I have lots of pictures that I want to put on my layout today. So circles take up a lot less space than squares do. So another thing I wanted to show you today was not only can you do that with your photos, but you can use a corner rounder. This is an older Creative Memories cutter rounder, and what it does is you just take it, put your corner into the bit, snap it shut, put your paper in there, and just push down on it, and look, you have a nice rounded corner piece of paper. And that would be great to photo. And you can do that with your photos too. And that's a great little nifty thing there. So that's how you cut out different shapes. And they have triangles and rectangles and stars and hearts and all different kinds of shapes you can cut out today. So we're going to do that. But one thing I wanted to show you today is how to use a layout. I had gotten some new templates from Kiwi Lane. This is the McKay Boulevard. This is from Accents, and this is from Tiny Accents. So I picked out all the templates I want to use. Now when laying out a page, you can do it several ways. Like I could lay this McKay down there and put this one up here and maybe throw a border like that and maybe one down here. So you can lay it out all different kinds of ways. Now today's way I've decided to lay it out is I've decided to lay it out just a little different. Using all 4 of these pieces, I come in and I have a little line marked on here. You can't see. I've come in 4 inches because this is a pretty wide border. Then I'm going to back this border along this border. And see, we get this then shape here, kind of like we did on the American flag day. We're going to bring this accent down here. Bring this accent over here because I'm going to have a title that runs up this side. We're going to also throw some photographs in here, and we're going to actually be using these as frames too. So let's go ahead and lay out our page today. That's how you do a layout, but let's actually lay it out then. First thing we have is that wide border. And as you see, I've chosen this brown. These are the colors we're going to be using today. I picked this nice striped paper. It's in brown, tan, cream, red, and teal. I thought this was a manly colors, so we're just going to take our tape runner, and I'm using the Scotch brand tape runner here, and we're just going to put some lines on this to make sure this gets taped down really good. As I told you, I'm going to just line that up with my little marking I have on there. Bring it down here, line it up with the marking on the bottom. There we go. And lay out our page. Now sometimes you're looking through your papers and you go, oh my, I can't find that red I want. Or like I found on this piece of paper, I found the red dotted paper I wanted, but there was pictures of suitcases in the bottom. And I was like, oh, I really don't want the suitcases in this. That's not really the paper I want to do. So what I did is I just turned it on its side, cut my first template out, and you'll see that on the other side. And then this is the other template we had. You can see here, right here, this is the template. And I got this cut and ready, and I also I've already have it edged with my Distress ink and Vintage Photo. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my paper cutter, and I'm going to bring it, I've marked my edge of that template right there. Put it down. This is my Fiskars paper trimmer. I love this trimmer because it's a wheel trimmer. It has a wheel blade in it. And see, I've been able to use that piece of paper, but not have to use the graphic that's on it. Later on, I could actually come along here with scissors and cut out this graphic and use that as a template on a graphic on another piece, another layout. So that's great. You can save that to use for later. What we're going to do is on this one, we're going to do some maybe some tucking of photos and stuff. So I'm just going, remember when you tuck photos, you're going to just put your tape along the edge. So we're just going to edge this down through there. We're going to butt this one polka dot paper up against this other paper. And that will line that up. And there we go. Now, you could just leave it like this and have this seam here, but I kind of don't like to have seams like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this teal that we found in our paper and found in our paper there, and we're going to bring a teal stripe right down the middle between those, just kind of divide it half and half. And there we have our layout. Now, one thing you can do is I'm going to bring my photos here. These are all photos of myself. I'm going to play around with them. I think I'm going to put the wheel maybe there. Well, we can put it on top of there, or maybe, let's see, maybe put it down there. Maybe put that one there. Maybe put this little one here. Big one up here. Maybe let's see. Smaller one up there, because I have the title. I have to remember I have to bring the title down, so we'll put the smaller one up there. Larger one down here. And there we go. We'll put this one down here. And then I have the last one, which is a photo I'm going to tuck. I'm going to tuck it right in there, okay? Alright, and there we have our layout. So, let's go ahead and get this taped down. Now, as you see, I did some of these in circles, like this one. I did the circles. This one I did in the gear that we had those templates for, and I just drew that out and cut that out with my Fiskars scissors. I love these Fiskars scissors because I have large hands and it has a spring action. Great pair of scissors. You should get a pair. And then I'm going to tuck this down in there. I'm going to pop this little one here, right here in this little hump. These are pictures of me throughout my life with different kind of haircuts. So we're actually doing a thing today on my hair. The different haircuts I've had. I've had short, I've had long, I've had buzz cuts, I've had dark, I've had light. I couldn't find all the pictures I needed, but I found most of them. So we're going to lay that picture right there. All right. So now we're going to do our title. So I'm just going to turn this because the title's going to run up this way. And what I've done is I've taken my title, which I did cut out with a cutting system, and I've created my amazing, and then I ran it through my Xyron. So we have the word my here, and I did this all in the white. So we're just going to lay that right along there. Kind of go up tight there. There we go. And then this is the word amazing. I'm going to peel off of here this paper. Delicate things like this where you have really little cutouts. With a lot of this is a cursive writing here. I like to use a Xyron. I'm going to bring this down over here. This is the word amazing. My amazing. And then of course I have the dot for my eye. You don't want to forget those. There's the dot for my eye. My amazing hair. So I have this in big letters. What we're going to do is we'll put that right up against there. Okay? But last time some of you might have wondered how I cut these letters out. It wasn't with a Sizzix, or it wasn't with a Cricut. I used an alphabet punchboard. And it is a great little piece of merchandise, and so what I want to do is show you how I did that by making one of my letters. Now I'm still using this new, so I get my book out. This is as big as it is. So first you start with, and I think the dimensions are, yes, 1.5 by 2.5 inch piece of paper. So I have my 1.5 by 2.5 inch piece of paper here. And so the first step I'm going to do is make the hole on my R, because I don't have my R punched out. So I'm going to line that up with this punch, and what that does is punches that for my R. Now what it says is I'm going to flip this over and do this again. And flip it like that. Okay, so now I have what looks like it could turn into a B. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down in this cutter here. And it says I'm going to take my blade. This is a blade that fits in the track, kind of like that other cutting system I had. Go lay that down in there, and I'm going to cut and cut. Alright, what that does is cut that out. Alright? So there we have what starting to look like an R. And then I'm going to take this over to the corner rounder, because this has a corner rounder built into it, and punch it. And then I'm going to bring this over here, and this is not the corner round, this is another different punch on this side. Same punch, two different sides, and there I have my R. So now I have my amazing hair. So that's how you use the punch board, and this does the whole alphabet and numbers. You can flip through it, and the and sign that I used last time, and some punctuation you can cut out with it. So this is a great little piece of equipment, and I believe it's made by, let's see who this is made by. Memory Keepers. We are Memory Keepers, so you'll have to check that out. They also have a larger punch board if you're doing like posters and stuff for like science fair projects and stuff. They have a larger punch board with a larger letters that are in it. So we're just going to set that aside. We're going to bring our paper back over here. Tape runner, run along our letters. These are nice, so I don't have to run it through my Xyron. These are wide enough letters. I can actually just use my tape runner and run some tape down them to secure them. Now, when doing a layout, you need to think of how many photos you want to have in your layout. And I knew I wanted to have, let's see, how many photos I have on this page? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 photos on this page. My second page, we have here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photos. So in all, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 photos on a 2-page spread. So that's great. So what I'm going to do here now, as you see, I've done some journaling on here. I made my borders around my photographs larger, so I could actually journal right on the paper. So this is the buzz cut. This hairstyle was the bangs. This is the wet look. We were at a water park that day. This one we're going to call the punk look. Welcome to the grunge 90s punk era. And then just the straight look, or the straight hair. There, we got that journaling done on there. And as you see, my hair has gone through several styles. I have the curly hair, the part in the middle, the flat top, the conservative part. I dyed my hair black one time, and I had long hair one time. So that's a way, and this could be, you know, my amazing teddy bear, or my fantastic Lego collection, or it could be anything like that. Whatever you want to scrapbook, you can scrapbook the fun things in life. And what I've done this year, I was thinking back the other day, I was like, oh man, I've had so many different haircuts, hairstyles, and hair colors through the years that it would be fun to just scrapbook all of this. So I hope you enjoyed my layout today, and we'll see you next time on the Nifty Scrapbooker.